Today is World Smile Day. The Cipla Foundation's Miles for Smiles initiative is raising funds for corrective surgery. 1 in every 700 babies is born with a cleft lip or palate worldwide. Without corrective surgery, it's estimated that 1 in 10 babies die within 4 weeks of birth. Well, for more on their campaign, I'm joined now by Fidelia Van Der Linde, Senior Manager at Cipla South Africa, to talk about their campaign, Miles for Smiles. Good afternoon, ma'am, and thank you very much for your time, Fidelia. How's today been going? How's your initiative been going today?
Afternoon. Thank you so much for inviting us to speak about this initiative. We've had a wonderful problem with this initiative today in the sense that everything has basically been sold out very early this morning, and the influencers has, as a result, very generously donated more items towards the sale. So that's a lovely, lovely problem to be sitting with at the moment.
Yeah, I just want to unpack for our viewers who may not be aware. You mentioned influencers, you've mentioned donation on your platform. Just tell our viewers, what was this all about? What is this campaign? What were they donating?
So Miles for Smiles is a Cipla Foundation charity initiative, and we raise funds for corrective surgery for babies born with cleft conditions, so a cleft lip or palate. And then we came up with the idea of a smile sale where we're using prominent South African influencers are donating a lot of their pre-loved items. As you know, if something gets snapped on Instagram once or it's worn to an award ceremony, a lot of times they can't or they won't re-wear many of the items. So it's very good clothing in good condition, and it's then being put on a thrifting platform called Yaga, and it's being resold. So it's a very nice campaign in the sense that South African consumers get great items at a value price. Then all the proceeds go towards corrective surgery, and then it's got a further element behind this campaign in terms of sustainability and helping to reduce pollution caused by fast fashion.
Yeah, I understand that Miles for Smiles, you've helped to facilitate 2,500 surgeries and have raised more than 10 million rand since 2009. Did you have a particular target number for today or for this year?
We don't set particular targets because we do a number of initiatives. So the Smile Sale is one of our initiatives. Another initiative that also culminated today was with the local radio station, where they did a donation drive on air for the past 2 weeks, and that ended today, trying to raise 275,000 for 50 new smiles. And then in terms of the Smile Sale, we didn't have a particular target because that depends on the number of items that the various influencers are donating to the sale. Each surgery, however, costs 5,500 rand because all the healthcare professionals donate their time. So they do the surgeries for free. And this is basically just the theatre time that gets paid. That's hence the cost for this operation is so low. So we anticipate that we should be able to do at least 10 new smiles as a result of the sale, if not more.
10 new, that's beautiful. So how big is the problem in South Africa of babies born with a cleft lip or palate? I mean, I said in my intro, globally, 1 in every 700 babies is born with a cleft lip or palate. What's the situation like in South Africa? Do you know, as the Cipla Foundation's Miles for Smiles?
It's a bit difficult to give definitive statistics for South Africa particularly, but we do know in Africa that it's 1 in every 1,000 babies are born with a cleft condition. And as you've mentioned, a lot of these babies, if they don't get corrective surgery, they'll die before their first birthday. So the problem with a cleft condition is that it can lead to malnourishment, because a lot of times when the moms feed the baby, the milk would come out of their nose, for example, or they'd only get 30% of the food intake. So malnutrition is a very big problem for people with a cleft condition, and that can result in death. So, like I said, we don't have a specific stat for South Africa, but I can tell you in Africa as a whole, it's 1 in 1,000 babies.
Okay.
So that means that the rate is actually quite high.
Yeah, it is quite high. Finally, very, very briefly, you mentioned the word sustainability earlier in answering one of my questions. Are you going to be sustaining Miles for Smiles into the future as the Cipla Foundation?
Definitely. So Miles for Smiles is an initiative that's been going for more than a decade already, and we hope that it will continue for far into the future. At the moment, we're signing some significant partnerships with like-minded partners that help us to extend the reach and the work of the campaign and raise more awareness and then more funds that we can obviously do an increased number of surgeries. But we're definitely looking at even the Smile Sale has been so successful today. We think it will definitely become an annual initiative.
Thank you very much for your time, and well done to you at Cipla Foundation. That's Fidelia Van Der Linde, Senior Manager at Cipla South Africa, talking to us about their initiative. Today being World Smile Day, they are raising funds, and it's been successful so far, for corrective surgery for babies born with a cleft lip or palate in our country. She said today it looks like they'll manage to do 10 more smiles, 10 more surgeries to bring smiles to the faces of our babies.